With the rust removed from this heap of Wrangler, there really isn't much tub left to save. In the interest of getting it on the trails and getting it on the street as soon as possible, I started making a very simple square tube body to replace the factory tub. But when a new tub in decent shape showed up on Craigslist for $400, I couldn't really say no. That's definitely the fastest way to get this thing rolling, running, and driving. We got it into the shop, and immediately Mike and I started tearing into it, cleaning it, and trying to get down to bare metal to see how bad the rust is, and where all the rust is. I'm using a combination of a stainless steel wire wheel on an angle grinder and phosphoric acid, which is the active ingredient in most rust dissolvers like navel jelly. It doesn't stick quite as well as some of the commercial solutions do, but it still reacts with the rust and starts converting it. While these stainless wire wheels work great, they have the downside of getting wire everywhere, in all your clothes, in any exposed skin that you have, and you need to be really diligent about wearing protective equipment when you're using them. There were a bunch of stuck bolts on this, and my traditional way of dealing with that is to just cut a slot in the head of the nut, go at it with a flathead screwdriver, and if that doesn't work, apply heat and penetrating lubricant. That combination has generally worked out really well for me, except for the most stubborn exceptions. Removing rusted bolts is always a frustrating endeavor, but in this case it was even worse, because someone had sprayed expanding foam throughout the entire tub. I can't imagine why, but that stuff loved to burst into flames anytime you put heat anywhere near it, no matter how well you had cleaned it beforehand. So I had to spend basically the entire day with a respirator on and keeping a fire extinguisher beside me. It's such a good feeling to have a rusted stuck bolt break loose that cleanly. The combination of the MAP gas torch, the good bite that I could get with the Phillips head screwdriver, and some PB blaster made all the difference in the world, and they came out pretty easily. There were a few sticky bolts on this tub, so while I was working on the firewall ones, I had French Mike working on the main hoop bolts, and they turned out to be quite a bit more stuck, but it was a good learning experience for him to kind of see how I like to remove them and go through the entire process. The only real change that we made was he was also hitting it with a hammer in order to get the penetrating lubricant into the threads and try to break that loose as much as possible. In the end, it really didn't work out. One of the problems that I have is this roll bar, this OEM roll bar has got to come out so that I can patch up some of the rust that's going on behind it. The catch is all of these bolts are pretty much seized up. Mike's already tried slotting them and going to town with them with the screwdriver and with the MAP torch, but that's just not enough. So I'm gonna have to try some alternative methods to see if I can get these guys out peacefully, and if I can't, I'll just have to cut them the rest of the way and try to use an extractor to get the rest of the bolts out. It's a little messy, but I'll do what I can. Nope, not so much. I ended up just grinding the bolt down until I could get the main hoop out. It's still in there now. With the tub reasonably rust-free, I want to take a little bit of time to seal up all of the metal that I've exposed through the wire wheeling and the phosphoric acid, and make sure it doesn't flash rust while I'm repairing the 2 actual rust spots on the tub. I didn't even need a rotisserie to paint this. I just flipped the Jeep up on its side, and because the sides are completely flat on the Wrangler, that doesn't damage anything. It made this job quite a bit easier. Well, I think that looks great. Now, I know this is a polarizing color, this desert tan from Rust-Oleum, but to be honest, I just don't care. See, I am very colorblind, so while people are in an uproar saying, "Oh, Jeff, I don't like the plaid that you used for your seats, it doesn't match with the rest of your interior and the exterior paint," I'm sitting here thinking, wow, that looks like a seat. It looks like a seat that you could sit on. Therefore, it's great. I have no opinions about how it looks, really. That's how I feel about this. It's paint, it's gonna stop the rust, it's inexpensive, it cures down to freezing, and it's durable. That's really all I care about. So, I'm gonna leave the color choice of the HEEP up to you guys because I don't care, and because I know you do much more than I do. Should I paint the whole HEEP desert tan properly with the spray gun, or should I leave it white the way that it is now and just touch up the spots that are getting ready to rust? Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell icon, and follow along for the next episode because I think it's gonna be contentious. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Is that just being held by one little IKEA?
Torx?
Yeah.
IKEA is Allen's.
No, I think it's an Allen. From here, it looks like an Allen.
I think it used to be a Torx.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think we should take it out.